in a facility, but nothing has worked. And when Mom took out a restraining order against this older man, well, he upped his game. He went to court, fought for, and won legal visitation of his barely legal fiancée. Now, Cheyenne's mother, Jean, says their age difference isn't the only thing that's driving her crazy. In fact, she says that her daughter was the all-American girl, a cheerleader, a track star, a straight-A honor student. On the other hand, Josh, well, he's divorced, has been arrested for violent offenses, convicted of assault on a female, has just recently been taken off probation, and has had supervised visitation with his child, who, by the way, is nearly a third the age of his fiancée. So when did this love affair begin? Well, Cheyenne says she first met Josh when she was only 7 years old.
When Joshua and I met, I was 7 years old. He would come over and play with my older brother, and I was the annoying little sister. We reconnected when I was 16, and we started hanging out, and we just clicked. We officially started dating when I turned 17. He started singing to me while we were on the playground. When I was taking classes, Josh would come visit me, so we kept it a secret. It was fun because we could actually be ourselves and not worry about what other people were saying. Joshua bought me a necklace, rings, and about 10 stuffed animals. I treasure all the gifts, and no one can touch them, so then it still smells like him. Joshua gave me a promise ring. Instead of a graduation party, we're thinking about doing a wedding. And we are eventually going to have one kid. We are in love, and nothing will ever keep us apart.
Well, not if Cheyenne's mother has anything to do with it. She has the police on speed dial.
When I go anywhere with Josh, the cops are called by my mother. She will file a missing persons report. My mother has been trying to put me in a detention home, and she threatens him she will leave a voicemail.
End of message.
She tells me that he's flirting, stalking us, texting other girls, is cheating on me. I feel like I'm Cinderella trying to be with Prince Charming, and my mother is trying to prevent it. I hate my mother.
Yeah, well, your mother doesn't care if you hate her. She says doesn't matter. She thinks that Josh is a pedophile who is preying on her baby girl.
I don't want Josh to be with my daughter. I consider Josh a pedophile. Whenever I introduce Josh, I will say, this is my daughter Cheyenne, and this is her 28-year-old pedophile boyfriend. Josh was arrested for assault and battery for trying to drown his wife. I'm very disgusted and furious with their relationship. I contacted Child Protective Services, the local police department, counselors, mediators.
She's called the cops a lot. It upsets me.
It's frustrating.
It's frustrating.
Because then everyone gets in your business.
I have called his probation officer over 100 times. I have also tried to have Cheyenne arrested to keep her away from Josh. Nothing has seemed to help. Josh taunts me. He tells me that no matter what I say, he's going to see Cheyenne. The harder I fight, the more that Cheyenne and Josh fight to be together.
Okay, this is a nightmare for you, right?
Yes.
What is it that has you so upset about this that you've got the police on speed dial, that this has fractured your relationship with your daughter?
He's dangerous. I feel that he's going to one day hurt Cheyenne.
What do you think? Does it seem odd to you that a 28-year-old man is dating a high school student?
At first it was a little weird. We were just friends, and then we liked each other. There are so many people that have age differences, so we started looking around seeing like what the legal age was and how many people in our state had like age differences, and we found out so many. So at first it was weird, yes, but then we just got used to it.
What was weird about it to you?
I guess just the fact that I was in high school, so we couldn't go to prom together. But
you sort of went to prom together, right?
yes, we
Because
came,
this is a picture of you guys. Is that Dino?
Yes.
Okay, that's the two of you sitting on a dinosaur. Is that outside of prom?
Well, it was outside of a restaurant that we went to.
He was banned from prom.
He couldn't go in, but he could go to
And
take
why
pictures.
couldn't he go in?
Because he's older and the age difference, and it wasn't my prom. It was my friend's prom.
Okay, he was the age of the teachers,
Yeah.
right? So he could chaperone but not date.
Yeah.
I understand on your first date, he took you to a playground and sang to you.
Yes.
I didn't know that one.
We went with my...
That's kind of ironic, isn't it? He's dating a child and he takes you to a playground to sing to you.
Well, we actually went with my older brother, my older sister, and my little brother.
What was he singing to you? Was it like Mary Had a Little Lamb or what?
No. No, he actually sang the song I Want Crazy because he was talking to my sister about how good of a singer he was, so we just started singing.
Okay. But I'm just asking you, just in your sensibilities, does it seem odd, or your word, weird, that a 28-year-old man that's been married and has a child is dating a high school student?
We love each other, and nothing's going to change that.
Well, okay. Now, you filed 7 missing persons reports on her?
7 or more, yes.
And she wasn't really missing.
Well,
You know exactly where she was. You knew she was with him on a date.
I knew she was with him every time, yes. But I did not know specifically where they were.
I'm wondering if you're trying to get the police to parent your child.
No. In my house, you tell me where you're going. That is one of our rules.
And he's been on probation during a lot of this time.
Yes.
You've called his probation officer how many times?
Too many to count.
Like over 100?
Probably over thousands.
You've just called and
Yes.
called and called.
I could call 5, 6 times a day.
Wow. We're going to hear from Josh. He's here. He insists there is nothing wrong with falling in love with a 17-year-old girl, especially one that he says is so beautiful and smart. Plus, something I noticed that I need to ask Cheyenne about. All of that when we come back.
Cheyenne's mom can never keep us apart. Our love is meant to be. Jean is a psycho bitch.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil. She records her son's tantrums and posts them online.
He doesn't behave that way when he's with you.
Not at all.
Her ex claims she's the reason
Maybe you can set Jaden off by poking at him.
their child is out of control.
I didn't even know you were making money off of these videos.
I am going to do everything I can to help my son.
How does that help him?
That's Monday.
I had Joshua take me to get birth control because I heard that it prevents cancer.
There is no doubt in my mind they are sexually active.
Cheyenne and I are not having sex.
It's a love story that is actually illegal in 11 states, including the one we're in right now. But 17-year-old Cheyenne's nearly 30-year-old boyfriend Josh has clearly studied up on the consent laws in his state because he says his relationship with his young fiancée is not only legal, but it's the best time of his life. Did I hear you say you went and got birth control for cancer control?
Well, okay, so my doctor kept asking, because I'm heading off to college, if I wanted to go on birth control. And then she kept giving me paperwork and paperwork and paperwork. And I saw how it does prevent cancers. So, and cancer does run high in our family. So I was like, okay, I'll just do it. I'm going off to college, and I'm not going to be home anymore.
So you're taking it for cancer prevention.
I'm just taking it because...
You're an honor student, right?
Yes.
Okay, check my forehead. Did somebody write stupid on there?
Like, I don't know. I guess I got tired of my doctor keep asking me and asking me and asking me. So I just...
Well, By the way, we contacted a well-respected OBGYN who said, although birth control may actually decrease the risk of ovarian cancer, I quote, birth control is prescribed for two main reasons, contraception and cycle management, not for preventing cancer. Now, before we meet Josh, I want to hear what he thinks about Cheyenne. He says it's his soulmate.
Cheyenne and I are very in love. We have a lot in common. We like hunting, fishing, going to the mall. We have the same favorite color. We just love tacos. Cheyenne is very beautiful, very smart, talented. She's an honor student, and I'm very proud of her. I would buy Cheyenne the world because she means so much to me. She's a great girl. In the state of New York, it's legal for us to date. I hate Jean. She is a psycho bitch. Jean makes up lies to try to break us up. Jean calls me a child molester. She calls me Cheyenne's boy toy. Cheyenne's mom even tried driving us off the road. One time, I had to call the police on Jean because she blocked me in a parking lot that was being held hostage. Jean is jealous of what we have. Cheyenne's mom can never keep us apart. Our love is meant to be. I will fight until the end.
Okay, well, you know, we've been talking about Josh, and he's been listening to everything we've been talking about. So let's bring him out and hear what he has to say. Josh, come on out. Josh, how you doing? Dr. Phil. So do you recognize from a purely objective, logical standpoint that it's odd for someone approaching 30 to be dating an adolescent?
No, not really.
That doesn't?
No.
Not even logically, that doesn't?
In some parts, yes.
Do you have a child?
I do.
Boy,
I have
girl?
a 5-year-old boy.
5-year-old boy?
Yes.
As a parent, do you have expectations of what you hope your child does? Do you hope that child grows up and has friends that are peers?
Yes.
And finds a mate that's a peer?
Yes.
And do you worry at all that she is missing things in her life because you've already fast-forwarded through 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. You've experienced all of those years doing the things that are typical for that age, and she is going